So here we have it. Game number 1 of a best of 1, a round of 32 game of Go for SC2 Thursday. I'm Madals, and spawning down in the bottom right hand position, we have the purple Zerg. Representing Seed Gaming, it is Revolution. And his opponent to the top left of King Sejong's station, the yellow Terran. Not quite sure who he represents. New Era Gaming, apparently. It is KoyoT. KoyoT. Yote. I can't really decide between the two pronunciations there. I'm going with KoyoT. I think that just sounds better, to be honest. Anyway, waiting at the moment to see what these two are gonna be doing. Of course, our first series of the night was a pretty crazy Zerg versus Terran. Started off, of course, with mass Reapers. I haven't seen that in a long time. After how unsuccessful it was, I doubt that we'll be seeing it in quite a while again. Anyway, quick little drone scout. I'm going to discover that it is going to be a CC first opening. For a second, I freaked there. I don't know why. I thought this drone was outside of the natural base, and I was like, what the heck is going on here? What's this double drone pull? But no, Revolution just going for his hatchery. He's going to harass a little bit. Trying to delay this command center as long as he can. Does get a little bit of a delay in there, but not too much more. Still chilling quite happily. Of course, Revolution now knows what his opponent is doing and can look to either get very aggressive to punish it, or can go very greedy himself, trying to just out-expand it. He's grabbing up the gas. That does signify that he's probably not looking to get a super fast third base out, but instead is looking for a bit of tech. Could look to Baneling Bust. Usually quite a nice way to go. Sending the Overlord over as well. Just wants to get a little peek. Wants to go, okay, when are you floating this down? When can I look to get a little bit aggressive against you? KoyoT. Just waiting the moment to see whether or not there's going to be a third. He hasn't come up to check the gas yet, but is on his way there. 3 drones in gas at the moment, and what's going to be quite a big tell is how long these drones stay in there. Whether speed gets started up, or if the Baneling Nest comes at 50, whether he goes for the speed, then keeps the drones in there. We'll wait to see. For the moment, though, KoyoT is just waiting for this. Still checking around, making sure he keeps an eye on whether there's going to be a third base. Revolution. Nearly enough gas to start up speed. Is pulling drones off, so he's just going to get speed and probably then go into a third base. Just playing things on the safe side. How many links does he have down on the field? Only the 2 at the moment, so he's not going too aggressive with this. The Terran player floating down the orbit command. Greedy opening. Revolution, though, currently not trying to punish it. Just forcing back this poor little SCV. He was just having a look around, but he's going to die. He's going to die a horrible death. Down he goes. Meanwhile, up at KoyoT's side, third CC coming in. Whoa, okay, this is super greedy. CC first, interact into CC. My goodness, that is pretty much as bold as you can get. If this Overlord comes on through and scouts this, I wouldn't be surprised to see Revolution just get ultra aggressive. And I wouldn't blame him to do that either. It'd be a good response to this because his opponent is being crazy greedy. Queen's taking out these back rocks at the moment with the help of a couple of Zerglings. It'll take a while to get through that. Third base should also get started up shortly by Revolution. He's pulling a drone on over. Hasn't been workers back in gas yet, so this scan actually tells KoyoT an awful lot, because by finding out that there's no gas being mined, he can pretty much mean that he's safe from things like big Banelings, all-ins, a Roach Bane play or something like that. He can see that that's not going to be on the cards. Revolution did have an Overlord picked off there, and that's really frustrating. He hasn't been able to see the fact that a third command center is coming on in, so KoyoT is doing an amazing job of actually hiding what kind of build he's going for at the moment, and that means Revolution isn't able to ideally prepare. I mean, he's behind in the timing of that third by quite a long way, And he doesn't really have anything to show for it. A couple of Hellions coming out onto the field now, and they're going to be rolling on out. Looking to get a little bit of drone damage done, but to be honest, there's 5 Queens on the field. They're not going to do much, especially just 2 of them. So waiting to see where these Hellions decide to go. They're back on out. Such a greedy play from KoyoT. KoyoT is just playing this, like, this is triple CC into double engineering bay. This is pretty much the greediest Terran you could possibly be. I don't think there's anything more greedy you can realistically do. Revolution doing a great job of spreading out some creep. He's getting this a long way through, actually, and across both sides of the map, which is really solid. He's also got the 1-1 upgrades on their way, adding in a ton more drones. While there is the 3rd CC down here for KoyoT, he hasn't floated it down, so Revolution is still going to be mining off of 3 bases, which means that his income should look a little bit healthier, especially on the gas front, compared to that of his opponent. Now a grand total of 6 Hellions. Tripled in numbers since the last time they attempted to do anything. We need to try and stop Revolution spreading creep, because he is just going phenomenally well. Mechanically, Revolution playing beautifully at the moment. 2 more gas being added in. That goes up to 7. The 8th gas, the second one in the main, not yet taken. Nor is the lair actually completed. This lair is crazy late. Still. Do you have Orbit Command floating on down now towards that 3rd, as well as some Hellions coming around the side. But thanks to this good creep spread, Revolution has ample time to put in a good defense against these Hellions. You can just see them so far off. The creep spread as well means that the Lings are just going to be so much quicker through there. And that means that they're going to be able to surround easier. They're going to be able to get in a stronger position if they need to. Still though, Hellions being active out on the map. A couple of mules getting cooled on down. Otherwise, 1-1 finishing up on both sides. Slight advantage for Revolution by about 10 seconds. So really nothing crazy to talk about there. Still checking, still keeping a good eye. A few more Hellions.
Upgrade complete.
Bounding on forward.
Upgrade complete.
Few Queens pushing on. That was the 1-1 finishing up. Immediately 2-2 on its way out as well now for KoyoT. So he's doing... KoyoT. He's doing a fantastic job of just keeping up his macro, keeping up his production cycles, which is exactly what he needs to do. Because he played so greedy early on, he can actually look just to keep enhancing upon that already quite sizable advantage. A few medevacs are here. They're going to go on high ground vision, allowing that Overlord to get pushed away. Revolution, though, he's on his 3rd. He's got a lot of Banelings in, already adding in some more. Still going for the Spire, though, and that's important. Needs to be going for that complete composition. Waiting at the moment, checking on through. Couple of Hellbats morphing on in. Always scary when you see those. 1 Queen, unfortunately going to die quite quickly. Scan being utilised to force back some of this creep spread, which is already halfway across the map. Revolution is doing such a phenomenally good job of spreading this. It is incredible. A few more scans, Banelings trying to come in and connect. Managed to get a lot of surface area there. A couple of units picked up, get saved, but overall that was a stunning victory for Revolution. He crushed a lot of that force. He's still got Banelings to spare, so this drop not going to last much longer. While resources lost are higher for Revolution, that's because a lot of Banelings went down. But overall, that was a crushing defeat on the push. Did basically nothing actually all in all, so that was really, really nice. All it actually achieved was causing a couple of Banelings to die, but that would have happened anyway. Mutalisks now coming on down. The Marine count is still up at 30, so there's a decent amount of Marines there. KoyoT is looking to come on around, go for a double drop. But again, good Overlord spread. Map vision for Revolution. It's just amazing. You can see pretty much everywhere. At least a 1/3 of the way out onto this map. Approaching a half in the middle here. His creep spread, and I know I've been harping on about it, but his creep spread is just incredible. So good. Double drop coming around the side. Can be seen by these Overlords very easily. Good little look there. Revolution should have pretty much no problem noticing that. He's pulling over some Mutalisks already. That does supply block Revolution losing the Overlord, which is a bit annoying. Drop coming in from the other side, but not going to really connect with anything. The Banelings just come rolling on in there. Take down a lot of it. Good little hop pickup. Second medevac taken down. Nice damage done. Revolution really staying on top of things here. Leveling out the resources lost nicely. Continuing on through. Up at 84 drones as well, so he doesn't even need to be that cost effective. His economy is just so much more sizable. Adding in a lot more lings, focusing heavily on the Baneling style strategy. Meanwhile, over on KoyoT side, he's got Drilling Claws coming in for the Widow Mines. He's got a couple of Thors just to deal with the Mutalisks. Still waiting though. No sign of any big move out yet. Infestation Pit, half done with the 2-2 upgrades coming on through. Does mean that Revolution is quite a way behind that of KoyoT. KoyoT just sitting there with 3-3 already coming on through. His upgrades, as I've said, have really been on the money. Both of these two mechanically playing excellent games of StarCraft. Little move here by the Mutalisks. Drawing in a little bit of fire, allowing these lings to come on through. There are a couple of Widow Mines, but they're going to detonate on some Zerglings. Forward pushes Revolution, some good splits on the Marines, but not enough against this volume of Banelings. The Thor goes on down. All of the Marines pretty much now have been taken out. Still the Banelings, still the Lings survive. One bunker, waiting, trying to hold off. Will fall, though, not going to be able to do enough there. Still the Banelings rolling on up. They try and get a couple of connections. Go for the Marauder. And single Marines, not the best use of Banelings I've ever seen in my life. But it's buying time for quite a few production facilities to get taken down. Revolution up by a good chunk of supply now. 170 odd to 89. Quite a few SCVs also getting killed off. Revolution nearly double the worker supply at the moment. Over double the army supply, and his Mutalisks still just wreaking havoc on anything that they can find. These Marines though coming on by, they're 2-2 up against the only 1-0 Mutalisk, so nice amounts of damage done there. We'll save that 4th command center, but has the damage already been done? Look at this income difference. Revolution, he's been keeping pretty level in how cost effective he is, but he's been mining just so much more than his opponent. Mutalisks coming through a nice little adventure now with the aid of an Overseer just to spot any of those pesky Widow Mines that could be around. Overseer also helps tank up some of the damage from the missile turrets. Not that it's going to be able to do much. A few more SCVs do get taken down. No Mutalisks die. It was an effective run by. Overall, workers killed 25-3 in advantage of Revolution. He's going to come looping on around, trying to get a bit more damage done towards this 3rd base. The Marines having to get spread thinly. But more importantly, a huge number of Lings, huge number of Banelings coming in. Revolution is maxed out. He's up by 78 supply. Up by a decent amount in the army supply as well. It's not just those drones. The Lings pushing on through, getting some good damage. The Marines trying to engage, but while they engage, it opens them up to get attacked by these Lings, by the Banelings. The Banelings crushing on through the bunker. Gonna go on down. Still some more Banelings are on the field. The Mutalisks chasing, following them in. So many Marines get taken down. It only leaves 9 on the field up against 23 Mutalisks. The medevac count only at 4 as well. That makes it very challenging to try and deal with this. The Mutalisks do only have the +1 at the moment, but they're cleaning up. Both Widow Mines get taken down. That missile turret also going to fall. GG is called, and Revolution is able to take this game 1-0 and is therefore able to advance on into the round of 16.